when Marina boarded the passenger shuttle Astra 9. She had no idea this flight would change everything. A quick trip to orbit, like a weekend getaway. Routine. Safe. Almost boring. In the cabin, business people, students, newlyweds. Everyone with earbuds in. Everyone staring into screens. Space travel had become ordinary. Marina took her seat by the window. Next to her sat a calm, older man wearing smart glasses. He gave a polite nod, still absorbed in a virtual document. A few minutes later, a young woman with bright blue hair approached. "Excuse me," she said to the professor. "Did you ever teach at Kharkiv Space Institute?" "I did," he replied, surprised. "And you are?" "Anna Demchuk. I was your student. I wrote a paper on isolation psychosis in artificial environments." "Oh yes, I remember that," he smiled. "Good work. What are you doing now?" Before she could answer, a voice called from behind. "Wait, did you say Anna Demchuk?" A man in a sharp suit leaned forward. "Are you, by any chance, connected to Pavel Radchenko?" Anna froze. "Yes. We used to date. Back in university." Marina's breath caught in her throat. That name. It stirred something deep. Familiar. Too familiar. And then another passenger recognized it. And another. A former employer. A high school teacher. One by one, they all admitted to knowing the same person. "This is crazy," whispered Marina. I knew him too. I was with him. For over a year." The professor frowned. "This can't be just a coincidence." "It's not," Anna said softly. "Pavel used to talk about this. He said he would become an astronaut, even if he had to drag all his demons into orbit." And then overhead, a calm, mechanical voice spoke through the cabin speakers. "Welcome aboard. This is Commander Radchenko. I hope you enjoy the flight." Silence. One heartbeat. Then two. He's flying this shuttle," someone whispered. "It's his voice," Anna said. "I know it. I'd recognize it anywhere." Passengers began to panic. They checked the crew list on their devices. Confirmed. "Commander, Pavel Radchenko." "But that's impossible," cried the man in the suit. "I fired him. He lost it afterward. Threatened me. He sent me letters," the teacher said. "Creepy ones. I filed a complaint." "He was brilliant," the professor muttered. "But unstable. Brilliant and vengeful." Suddenly, the lights went out. Only the pale glow of Earth below, and the blue glimmer of emergency panels. Then came the voice again. "You must be surprised. So many familiar faces, all in one place." "In orbit," Anna whispered. "He knew. He planned this." "I've dreamed of this flight for a long time," Radchenko said. "Of gathering you here. On the same vessel. With no way out." Someone ran to the cockpit door. It was sealed shut. Locked from inside. "We need to contact ground," someone yelled. But there was no signal. The comms were jammed. "We've got time," Radchenko continued. "One orbit. 90 minutes. That's all I need. To tell my story. And for you to reflect on what you've done." The shuttle drifted silently above the Earth. Beneath them, lights, oceans, and slowly moving continents. Inside, cold air, tight throats, and a growing realization. The past they had buried had boarded the flight with them. Radchenko's voice echoed again. "You may be asking why, but you already know. Each of you left a mark on me. A wound. And now we have the time to look at it. Face to face. No masks. No exits." Marina sat frozen. She remembered the way she'd left Pavel. No explanation. Just a final sentence. "You'll never be anyone. You're a dreamer, not a doer." The man in the suit, the corporate director. He'd fired Pavel after a breakdown. No second chance. Just erased him. Anna, she had written the final report. The one that got him expelled from the astronaut program. She had the last signature. The last word. Each passenger in that cabin had played their part. Some laughed at him. Some betrayed him. Some simply walked away. Radchenko's voice returned. "I fought for a long time. Against fear. Against silence. Against being nothing. But I realized you were all part of my orbit. And you needed to be here. To hear me. To be present when the story ends." One passenger tried to hack the shuttle systems. No luck. Everything was locked down. Pavel had prepared for this. He had become a pilot. A real one. This was his mission. His final orbit. The timer ticked on. 48 minutes remained. "We have to do something," Marina whispered. "We can't just wait." "Maybe if we apologized," someone said softly. Genuinely. Not for him. For us. Silence. Then the voice again. "Interesting idea. I'm not asking for tears. Or theater. Just truth. For once in your lives, truth." 30 minutes left. Below them, the quiet, breathing earth. Above, only stars. One by one, they began to speak. Anna stood up first. Her voice shook. "Pavel, back then, I didn't realize how close you were to the edge. I thought I was protecting you when I filed that report. Maybe I was just afraid. Then the professor. You were brilliant. But I ignored the signs. Dismissed them. It was easier than caring. I'm sorry." The man in the suit added his own quiet words. So did others. Some spoke. Some sat in silence. But the cabin changed. No longer just fear. Something else now filled the air. Human stillness. And something like presence. 10 minutes remained. Pavel spoke once more. "I'm not a hero. Not a monster either. Just a person who hurt. And you hurt too. We all do. But out here, in this vast black silence, I finally felt like I could breathe. And forgive. Thank you. For listening." A soft tone chimed. The cabin lights shifted. A calm voice said, "Manual override cancelled. Autopilot landing sequence engaged." No more words from Radchenko. He had let go. The shuttle began its descent. And in that silence, something inside each passenger shifted. They hadn't just orbited the Earth. They had orbited their own regrets. And maybe, just maybe, they were ready to land.